Although this looks like a carabiner, it's actually QRC, or quick rigging connector. Let's talk about the differences. I'm Shane Campbell with ComTrain Safety LMS. In partnership with GME Supply, we're presenting this video. And I'm joined here with Josh.
Hi everybody, Josh Case, Senior Manager of Safety for Crown Castle and member of the SEMC committee that did testing on QRCs last year.
So Josh, many people would look at this piece of equipment and say it's a carabiner. Why is this labeled as a QRC?
When the SEMC committee was getting ready to start testing, we realized that due to previous letters of interpretation and for ease of use in the field, we needed to come up with a different name for material rated carabiners, or QRCs, and that helps the crews keep PPE separate.
So the two are not interchangeable, is that correct?
That is correct, Shane. The QRCs rated for material handling should be kept with the rigging gear, rigging components, while carabiners rated for Z359 should be kept as fall protection, work positioning, personal fall arrest equipment.
So Josh, can you tell me about some of the testing that was done?
Yeah, so the testing that was done was targeted at a 500-pound working load limit to align with Class 2 construction, and the survey that Nate had conducted showing that roughly 70% of the tower crews in the industry were using material rated carabiners up to 500-pound working load limits. Testing was over a couple of day span, and we tested multiple different ways. Binary loading, end to end, across the spine, across the gate, triaxle loading, a lot of different configurations so that we could really put these through the ringer for rigging applications.
So Josh, I understand that these QRCs were tested in multiple configurations. Can you tell me more about that?
So carabiners were designed for, but per Z359 as PPE, are designed to be pulled in line across the spine. When you start looking in rigging applications, these have to be able to take force 360 degrees. So several of the tests were designed to test across the gate, point to point, across the minor axis, and then several tests were meant to load these triaxially across the spine and the gate at the same time to see the weakest failure points.
What were some of the key takeaways from this testing?
With the testing targeting a 500-pound working load limit with a 5-to-1 safety factor, nothing failed. Everything that we tested passed to that threshold, keeping in mind that a manufacturer can rate them higher than that based off of their own testing. As an example, the one that I'm looking at or holding in my hand is rated for 700 pounds in a triaxle configuration. Another key takeaway is that in triaxle loading, these things did break at about 50% of their original strength. So do keep that in mind when you do triaxially load these. You're going to reduce the overall braking strength of the device.
And it's important to note that all QRCs must be used as per the manufacturer's directions and guidelines.
That is correct.
Josh, how do you know that a QRC meets the criteria?
You can always reference the literature that's provided by the manufacturer when you purchase one, or you can look on the spine. There should be lettering or labeling that tells you what the working load limit is, as well as the safety factor.
Josh, thank you for your time today.
Shane, thanks for having me.
And if you have more questions about QRCs, make sure and click the link below or talk to your gear expert.